Hello everybody and welcome to a special edition of Poland Daily Travel. We are ensconced in the Fabergé egg of kitchens.
If only it were true.
This is the kitchen of Nicholas Richardson. I cannot tell you the address, but if you write to me, care of Facebook on Poland Daily Travel Facebook, I will be sure that you get the address, but don't tell anyone else. Especially for you ladies out there who are fans of Nicholas's Prince Charles impression, which he's promised that he will do at the end of this segment. So wait for that. We will be talking to Nicholas as, well, not even Nicholas. We'll be talking to the Prince Charles, the embodiment of Prince Charles in Warsaw. Now, we are gathered here to participate in your in an example of your proficiency that you've gained over the lockdown. Because wait a minute, it wasn't really a lockdown. We weren't locked in, but it was a quarantine.
Yes,
it was a quarantine.
Well, sort of.
It's not a lockdown.
Well,
they didn't lock us down.
I had to go out to get provisions.
You had to go out to get provisions?
Provisions,
We're not on a wagon train. They're not provisions. You just go and get food at the shop.
Yeah, exactly. But
provisions?
It was, it was more exciting than that. When
we're not being besieged by savage Indians.
You mean I wasn't foraging?
Or savage Native Americans.
The foraging was all in my mind.
Yeah, it was all in your mind. No, but
have you seen the natives here?
I've seen a few, I've seen the natives in the summertime, and let me tell you folks, the girls in their summer's dresses, something to see. Yeah. But all kidding aside, because we're going to be very serious, are you going to wear the tie?
Well, I had a request to wear the tie from my fans. I have fans.
You have fans?
They wanted to see what they describe as James Bond in the kitchen.
You've already got fans?
But if it troubles you as the director, I can remove it if it troubles you.
No, listen, I'm not Hitler, I'm a director.
Yeah, well.
And that's all. I'm not even Mussolini.
No.
I'm not even, Mussolini's grandson.
You're not.
No, or great-grandson probably would be. I'm none of the above.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
And that's what you need to understand about me. There is no autocrat in me whatsoever. Take off the tie!
Really?
No.
Like, it's up to you.
If you want to keep it on, keep it on.
Well,
you're going to roll up your sleeves?
I will roll up my sleeves.
You got some nice cufflinks?
Yeah, I got some nice cufflinks.
I mean,
will roll up, just see, I will roll up my sleeves.
Because I have no idea.
I have to roll up the sleeves anyway, because I don't...
You're going to roll them up?
I will, because I need to get my hands into things.
You need to get your hands into the...
into the stuff.
Okay, what are we going to be cooking?
Well, we're going to be cooking some bread rolls.
Bread rolls.
I needed to cook them anyway. I've been cooking them for a few weeks, and my boys have now decided that they prefer homemade bread rolls.
You got two boys, two boys.
Two teenagers.
Who eat like gannets.
Well, yes. And
what's a gannet?
It's a seabird that eats fish.
Okay.
And they've decided that they don't like, so every 2 or 3 days I have to cook bread rolls. So I thought I was going to cook them anyway today, before you kindly turned up with your crew. And then since it is Poland Daily Travel...
No, we did prepare. I called you in advance. I didn't just show up and say cook.
No, exactly. But it's funny the way I tell it.
Like Mussolini would do.
Yes, exactly. And then because it's Poland Daily Travel, I'm going to do something French, which is a bit more exciting, a tarte tatin, which is a French apple tart, but made in a particularly exciting and television...
A French tart.
made in a way which is a bit more exciting for television, because, more can go wrong. But it's jolly tasty. Yeah. And I've made it a few times before, so I'm still learning, still trying to perfect my tart. My tart.
It's very important.
Finding the perfect tart is very difficult.
It is very difficult to formulate as well.
Exactly.
To find or formulate. I can remember searching all over Paris for the perfect tart one summer.
Yes. Were you successful?
At the last moment, as the Tour de France was coming into Paris, down the Champs-Élysées, I remember sitting there. The sun was glinting in the west, because it was setting. It was, the end of the race. And yes, the perfect tart approached.
Good.
And it was all good. So it was brought by the waiter in the thing.
Excellent. It's very nice in Paris to sit and watch
I sat and watched the race come in.
Go by.
I watched the Tour de France come in from a cafe in Paris. That was something, as a young kid over there, I said, oh boy, I'll remember this the rest of my life. One day I'll tell it on television. I didn't know. Yeah. I didn't know.
Exactly.
I didn't know.
Came in useful, this anecdote.
I had no idea.
Anyway, that's the idea, and I'll do the two things simultaneously.
All right.
There's one, as bread, with bread you have gaps. You do things, you wait a bit for Mother Nature to do it. Then
so which are we going to do first?
We'll start with the bread.
We'll start with the bread.
Then when the bread is going on its first rise,
we
will then turn our attention to the pastry for the tarte tatin.
What?
Tarte tatin.
Tatin?
Tatin.
What the heck are you saying? What language is that?
French.
Oh, that's French. Okay.
It's French.
It's not what Monica Bellucci would say.
No, she might, because she actually speaks French. But she would probably say something equally
How do you know
delightful
she
in
speaks
Italian.
French? He's in love with Monica Bellucci. Okay, all right, let it be said.
Everybody
let
knows.
It be said.
Everybody
let
knows.
It be said.
They all know. They know that she is the standard by which others are judged.
Yes, right.
And I've been also perfecting my lasagna in case I get the call from her.
Lasagna? No.
I'm modeling lasagna
What
today.
if I called you and pretended to be Monica Bellucci?
I would be able to tell I recognize
Really?
your voice, even when heavily disguised.
Well, my legs, I got great legs. You wouldn't tell by that. You couldn't tell by that. Okay, never mind. Okay, look, folks, before we go, this fellow right here has got something to say. Okay, go ahead. I thought you were going to do Prince Charles.
Yeah, I'm delighted to have you in my kitchen. I'm going to try a bit of cooking. It should work out if Will doesn't
do anything
interrupt.
stupid. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So join us in the next part when we get cracking.
Well, that was Prince Charles. Nicholas as Prince Charles. We will be back and we'll be cooking a la, I don't know, famous cook. What's a famous, the one who shouts and throws
Gordon
things?
Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay. We're going to be just like, or Jamie Oliver is another
Oliver,
one.
yeah.
He's famous, right?
I always liked Tim Burton Race. He was a bit more...
Tim Burton Race?
He was a bit more intellectually about it.
I remember Elizabeth David when I was a lad.
Yeah, exactly.
Elizabeth David was famous, right?
Exactly. There's Heston Blumenthal.
Yeah,
who really, it's more like a
Blumenthal.
chemistry experiment with him.
Incredible.
Not really very practical.
Yeah, so Poland Daily Travel does cooking with Nick. We'll be right back. Watch tomorrow's program for the exciting beginning of cooking bread with Nick, Prince Charles, whatever personality he's taking on. And all I would like to say is Miss Moneypenny.
Miss Moneypenny.
Thank you. Thank you very much.